Chosen one. You are not here by accident. Heaven has aligned this moment with precision, pulling you into a divine appointment you could not miss. As you hear these words, you are standing at the threshold of a supernatural financial breakthrough, a divine wealth transfer prepared specifically for you. What has been held back is now being released. What was delayed is now accelerating, for the word declares the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Chosen one, open your spirit. This is not just a video. This is an activation, a stirring, a holy announcement over your destiny. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when they finally pause long enough to ask the question that has followed them since childhood. Why do people look at me like that? It is a question that lingers quietly in the background of ordinary days, during a simple walk through a grocery store, while waiting in line for coffee, or while passing a stranger in a hallway. These moments may seem small, but they are not accidental. Chosen one. Every stare that has ever lingered on you carries spiritual meaning, and it is time you understand why people look at you as though they have known you for lifetimes. From the outside, nothing appears unusual. You are simply moving through your day, minding your own business, making no effort to draw attention. Yet the eyes of others find you quickly at first, then slowly, then intensely, as if searching for something they cannot articulate. And here is the part that may have confused you for years. They are not reacting to your clothes, your posture, or your hairstyle. They are reacting to your energy, to the frequency of your spirit, to the ancient signature you carry without even trying. The truth is simple, yet profound. Your soul was known long before your physical appearance ever entered this world. When someone's gaze locks onto you, what they are recognizing is not your face. It is the memory of your essence. Before time wrapped itself around your body, before breath filled your lungs, your spirit moved through realms that human language struggles to describe. You were known in those realms, you walked with purpose in those realms, and some of the souls you encounter today brushed against your spirit there in the unseen, long before this earthly meeting. This is why their eyes linger. Their mind cannot recall you, but their spirit can. And this unspoken familiarity unsettles them in ways they do not fully understand. Your presence carries a trace of eternity, and eternity always disrupts the temporary. This is why your presence stirs people even when you intend to remain quiet or unnoticed. It is like catching a scent from childhood, something nostalgic, something comforting, something haunting, and not being able to place where it came from. When people stare at you, what they are sensing is the fragrance of heaven resting on you. It is not a fragrance of earth. It is not something you wear. It is something you are. You may not have understood it growing up. You may have wondered why you felt different, why you never blended in, why people reacted to you with fascination, admiration, curiosity, or at times discomfort. But chosen one. The reason is spiritual. God placed a mark on you, a mark that announces your presence before you speak, a mark that signals your identity before you explain it. A mark that says, this one carries purpose, this one carries destiny, this one carries light. And whether people recognize it consciously or not, they respond to what their spirit perceives. There may have been days where you wished you could blend in, days where you longed for invisibility, days where the weight of being seen felt overwhelming. But invisibility was never written into your divine design. You were created to stand out, not through effort, but through essence. You shine because you exist. You attract because you carry. You disrupt because you are anointed. Once you accept this, you begin to see the spiritual pattern behind every long stare. Each one is a confirmation, a reminder that you are set apart. Some individuals stare because they sense hope in you, the version of themselves they abandoned. Others stare because they feel truth in you, the truth they have avoided for years. And some stare because your presence reveals their unhealed wounds. You become a mirror, not by choice, but by calling. And then there are the ones who stare with awe, the ones who feel peace when you walk by, the ones who cannot explain why their spirit calms when you enter the room. These people are not reacting to your physical presence. They are responding to the light of God reflected in you. They are drawn to what you carry because heaven in you awakens heaven in them. I have lived this myself. I know what it feels like to walk into rooms and feel eyes scanning me before I even settle in. I know what it feels like to be admired and misunderstood in the same breath. There were seasons where I questioned God, asking why I couldn't simply be ordinary. But as time went on, He showed me what I now share with you. The eyes of others reveal the truth of who you are, long before you realize it yourself. Their reactions are prophetic. Their stares are spiritual data. Their responses are heaven's way of saying, you are not like them. You were never meant to be like them. So, chosen one, the next time someone stares at you as though searching for a memory, let your spirit smile. They are not confused. They are awakening. They are encountering the echo of a connection older than time. They are witnessing the signature of God on your life, and though they may not fully understand it, their soul recognizes what their mind has forgotten. And this is only the beginning, because soon what people sense spiritually will begin to manifest physically. Their awareness of you is the first sign. The divine recognition you stir in others is evidence that heaven is aligning something bigger, something tied to your purpose, your breakthrough, and the supernatural transfer waiting for you. Chosen one, to understand the deeper reason behind the way people look at you, you must begin to see yourself beyond the frame of human identity. You're not merely a person walking through the world. You're a living intersection where heaven and earth touch. Every time you enter a space, something spiritual occurs long before any physical interaction takes place. The atmosphere rearranges itself around you as though the unseen realm is adjusting to make room for the weight you carry. And the people around you feel this rearrangement, even if they cannot explain it. Some feel peace, some feel conviction, some feel curiosity, some feel threatened, and some feel nothing but an overwhelming sense that they have encountered you somewhere before. But this recognition is not bound to memory. It is bound to familiarity of essence. They are not remembering your face. They are remembering your frequency. They are remembering the trace of eternity woven through your being. When they stare, what they are actually confronting is the fact that your existence disrupts the limits of their understanding. Let's go deeper. Many people in this world live entirely from the surface, from logic, routine, habit, and expectation. They see life in straight lines, confined to what they can touch and explain. But when they encounter you, something inside them breaks that surface. Their spirit begins to react often before their mind can catch up. It is similar to a dream you know you've had before, but cannot recall. Or a melody you recognize instantly, though you cannot remember where you first heard it. You, chosen one, are that melody. You are that familiar dream. People stare because you awaken something ancient and spiritual inside them. This awakening, however, does not always feel gentle. There are moments when someone's gaze feels heavy, invasive, or unsettling, and that is because not everyone who stares is responding to your light with peace. Some are reacting with discomfort because your presence exposes what they have been running from. Your energy brings truth to the surface, and truth is something many avoid at all costs. For some people, you remind them of the hope they buried when life disappointed them. For others, you mirror the courage they abandoned when fear took over. And for a few, you reflect the wounds they never healed, wounds they pushed so deeply inside that it feels safer to ignore them than confront them. When they look at you, they are not just seeing a person, they are seeing a mirror they didn't ask for. This is why you have experienced the full spectrum of reactions, the warm smiles, the confused stares, the long searching glances, and even the cold, sharp looks that feel like an unspoken warning. But hear this, none of these responses are random. They reveal the truth that you are spiritually identifiable. Even strangers sense that you carry a presence not found in ordinary people. What they detect is the kingdom inside you, the evidence that you walk with a clarity, depth, and authority that cannot be fabricated. Think about the rooms you have walked into where you felt the energy shift instantly. People became quieter. Someone looked up before you even approached. Conversations paused for reasons no one could explain. You didn't say a word. You didn't announce yourself. You simply showed up, and the spiritual realm responded. This is not imagination, it is discernible spiritual activity. This is what happens when the light inside you collides with the shadows inside them. Chosen one. Your presence tests people, not intentionally. You are not testing anyone, but the light within you forces every shadow around you to reveal itself. This is why some individuals are drawn to you with genuine admiration, because they see in you a purity, strength, or peace they long for. Yet others feel exposed, vulnerable, even defensive, because your presence disrupts the false identities they have built to protect their wounds. This is also why you cannot take the reactions of others personally. Their responses are less about you and more about the spiritual reality inside them. God designed you this way to be noticeable, to be spiritually discerned, to be a walking revelation of His fingerprints. If you shrink yourself to avoid attention, you dim the very light God placed in you to guide others. Now consider another reason people notice you. Your destiny has weight. When you walk into a room, the destiny on your life enters with you. People may not understand what they are feeling, but they sense that you are not random. There is purpose trailing behind you like a shadow. There is calling hovering above you like a crown. There is promise surrounding you like a fragrance. And this purpose signals itself to others in ways you cannot hide. Your spirit speaks louder than your voice. This is why God often allows you to feel the emotions behind someone's stare. Sometimes you feel peace, a sign that this person is aligned with your spirit. Other times you feel resistance, a warning that this person's intentions are not pure. That sensation in your chest, the tug in your intuition, that sudden clarity you cannot explain, that is not anxiety. That is discernment. It is one of the greatest gifts you carry. Discernment protects you from false friendships, manipulative opportunities, and spiritually unsafe connections. It is God's early warning system, allowing you to sense before you step, while others walk blindly into situations that harm them. The spiritual visibility you carry is not a burden, it is a shield. But here is something even deeper. The way people respond to you is part of your elevation. It is connected to the supernatural promotion God is preparing you for. When people stare at you, they are sensing what heaven is about to do in your life. They are witnessing the glow of a future breakthrough, the vibration of a coming financial transfer, the rising authority of your calling even before you see it fully. Chosen one. This is why you cannot shrink. The world senses your ascension before you do. Chosen one. Now that you understand the spiritual recognition that surrounds your life, it is time to explore a deeper truth. Your presence is not passive. You do not merely enter spaces, you shift them. You alter the emotional, spiritual, and even psychological atmosphere the moment you step foot into a room. This is not exaggeration. It is the natural consequence of carrying a soul awakened by divine assignment. You see, most people move through the world with dormant spirits. They navigate life from habit, routine, survival, and self-preservation. Their spirits sleep under layers of distraction, unresolved pain, and earthly concerns. But you, chosen one, your spirit is awake. You were designed differently. The breath inside you carries intention. The footsteps you take carry direction. The presence you bring carries instruction even when you do not speak. This is why when you walk into a room, some people straighten their posture without knowing why. Others become nervous, self-conscious, or overly talkative. Some go quiet, not because they dislike you, but because your energy enters first, and their spirit senses something it cannot name. You awaken the parts of them they had forgotten. You stir the still waters of their subconscious. You remind them of the truth they buried beneath the noise of their own lives. Your presence acts as a catalyst. For some, it sparks hope. For others, conviction. For a few, discomfort. And for many, curiosity, a pull they cannot logically explain. But here is where the mystery deepens. When someone stares at you intensely, often with confusion or fascination, they are reacting to something far older than this moment. They are not just looking at your physical form, they are looking at your origin. Their soul recognizes the realm you came from. Their spirit recalls the frequency of your calling. Before this earthly journey, your paths may have brushed in the unseen. You may have stood on the same spiritual battlefield, worshipped in the same eternal space, or carried similar assignments in another dimension of God's design. Your life did not begin at birth. Your story did not begin in childhood. Your identity did not begin when someone gave you a name. You came from eternity, and eternity still clings to you. That is why people feel something old and familiar in your presence, something they cannot quite understand, but cannot ignore. And this recognition is not one-sided. You too have had moments when you sensed someone's spirit long before you knew their name. You have met people who felt strangely familiar, though you had no logical reason to feel connected. You have encountered individuals whose presence stirred something deep within you, a quiet knowing, a subtle echo, a spiritual déjà vu. These moments are not coincidences. They are divine markers, reminders that our spirits know things our minds do not remember. Yet recognition is only one part of what sets you apart. You also carry assignment. When people stare at you, they are responding not only to who you are, but to what you carry. Your spirit transmits purpose. Your energy transmits authority. Your presence transmits destiny. There is a mission sealed inside you, and whether people understand it or not, they feel its weight. Some sense that you are here to break cycles. Some sense that you carry healing in your eyes. Some sense that you possess answers they have been searching for. Some sense that you will one day rise into influence, leadership, wealth, or spiritual mastery. And some, sensing this, but not understanding it, react with envy or hostility. But you must not shrink because of their reaction. Their discomfort is not a sign that you are wrong, it is a sign that you are aligned. Now let's explore how this alignment affects environments. You have noticed it, haven't you? When you walk into a space, the energy changes. Conversations pause, people shift. Some brighten, some tense. But the room never stays the same. This is not accidental. Your presence acts as a spiritual filter. Light enters a place, and shadows have no choice but to reveal themselves. People who are sincere feel drawn to you. People who are deceptive feel exposed. People who are broken feel seen. People who are spiritually asleep feel awakened. And those who operate with negative intent or hidden motives feel threatened even if you say nothing. It is because your spirit confronts things without speaking. You carry truth, and truth unsettles falsehood. You carry purity, and purity confronts corruption. You carry destiny, and destiny disrupts complacency. This is why some individuals avoid your gaze, not because they dislike you, but because looking into your eyes reveals their own soul. You carry a mirror forged in the spiritual realm. This is also why God trained you through loneliness. He allowed you to walk through seasons where you felt unseen, unsupported, misunderstood, or unwanted, not because you were lacking, but because He was refining your discernment. You needed to learn how to read spirits, not faces, how to sense intentions, not words, how to trust energy, not appearances. Everything you have lived through has been preparation, and now your gift is awakened. You can sense when someone's smile is real or false. You can feel when someone admires you or envies you. You can detect when someone carries peace or chaos. You know immediately when someone's presence aligns or clashes with your spirit. This is spiritual maturity. This is divine training. This is why you feel things so deeply. You were not made to live life on the surface. You were born to walk between realms, to interpret both the visible and the invisible. But here is the truth that might surprise you. Every stare, every pause, every strange moment of recognition is also a prophecy. It is evidence that heaven has placed something on your life that earth cannot ignore. You are being elevated spiritually long before you are elevated publicly. People sense your rising before you see it yourself. Chosen one, this is why your visibility is increasing. This is why your presence draws attention. This is why people feel something when you walk by. It is not fame, it is marking, it is calling, it is heaven's spotlight preparing you for what comes next. And what comes next will require the fullness of who you are. Chosen one, by now you are beginning to understand that the stares, the reactions, and the energetic shifts you witness are not random experiences. They are spiritual indicators. They reveal the reality that your life carries intention far beyond what the natural eye can perceive. But there is another layer to this truth, a deeper realm that explains why you cannot walk through life unnoticed. Your presence carries assignment. Every chosen one walks with a specific spiritual mandate, a divine imprint woven into their essence. This imprint is not silent. Even when you are quiet, even when you attempt to blend in, even when you try to minimize your energy to make others comfortable, your assignment still speaks. And the souls around you, whether awakened or not, pick up on that signal. Some interpret the signal as peace. Some interpret it as pressure. Some interpret it as fascination. And some interpret it as threat. But all of them feel something. You see, the spiritual world recognizes you even when the natural world does not. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, your assignment was spoken into existence. Heaven discussed your purpose. Angels were appointed to accompany you. The trajectory of your calling was already held in God's hands. And because you carry this pre-written story, your presence carries the weight of that divine conversation. This is why individuals stare at you as though searching for something they lost. This is why you feel observed in rooms where no one knows your name. This is why people react to you with emotions they cannot explain, because your spirit is not entering those rooms alone. Your calling enters with you. Your anointing enters with you. Your legacy enters with you. But let's look closely at a phenomenon that many chosen ones overlook, the energetic shift that occurs the moment you enter a space. You've felt it countless times. You can step into a room of laughter and suddenly feel the atmosphere tighten. You can join a conversation and watch someone grow unusually quiet. You can sit down beside someone and sense their internal discomfort or sudden transparency. These shifts are not social awkwardness, they are spiritual reactions. Chosen one, your presence exposes truth. Not because you intend to, but because truth lives inside you. You are a carrier of divine light, and divine light reveals everything it touches. People are not reacting to you, they are reacting to what awakens inside them when your spirit comes near. Your energy triggers reflection, your essence activates recognition. Your very existence stirs what some people have spent years trying to suppress. Some stare because your presence reminds them of the person they could have been if they had not abandoned themselves. Others stare because your spiritual purity confronts parts of them they have tried to hide. And some stare because they sense destiny in you and feel intimidated by what they cannot name. This is what it means to be chosen. Your existence is a mirror and a catalyst. You do not get to choose who feels comforted or who feels convicted. You do not get to decide who admires you or who feels threatened. Your assignment does the speaking long before your mouth ever does. Let's go even deeper. The reactions people have around you are not only emotional or spiritual, they are prophetic. They foreshadow the kind of influence, leadership, and authority you are stepping into. People sense you're rising long before you rise visibly. Their stares are evidence that your spirit has stepped into a higher dimension before your life has caught up. When someone cannot take their eyes off you, it is because they feel the pull of something greater on your life. Something that will one day affect nations, communities, families, or generations. Your calling radiates forward in time. Your destiny casts a shadow before you arrive. Your elevation announces itself through spiritual vibrations. And the people around you feel this vibration even when they do not understand it. It is like standing beside a train before it emerges from the tunnel. You feel the rumble before you see the movement. In the same way, people feel the rumble of your future. You are not only changing, you are ascending. And ascension cannot be hidden. But with ascension comes separation. With visibility comes refinement. With calling comes misunderstanding. This is why some individuals draw closer to you while others pull away. Some people cannot remain in the same space where you are evolving because your evolution disrupts their comfort. Others withdraw because your presence requires authenticity, and authenticity demands vulnerability, something many avoid. Yet you must not shrink or apologize for your growth. You are not responsible for how others respond to the light you carry. Their reactions reveal their readiness, not your worthiness. Your responsibility is singular, to walk in alignment with who God has called you to be. And this alignment requires courage. Courage to be seen even when it brings misunderstanding. Courage to be light even when it exposes darkness. Courage to stand tall even when others are unsettled by your strength. Courage to accept that you cannot move like everyone else because you are not called like everyone else. Chosen. One, hear this deeply. God entrusted you with visibility because He entrusted you with assignment. Your presence must be noticed, so the right doors can find you, the right connections can recognize you, and the right opportunities can align with you. Heaven is not trying to hide you. Heaven is unveiling you. Every stare is a sign. Every reaction is a revelation. Every shift is a confirmation. You are stepping into your purpose, not quietly, but undeniably. And the world is responding to what heaven has already declared. Chosen one. Now that you understand the spiritual recognition and atmospheric shifts surrounding your presence, we must step into one of the most significant truths of your journey. The stare is not merely a response, it is a revelation. It reveals the inner world of the person looking at you. It reveals the state of their spirit. It reveals their unspoken intentions. And it reveals the divine strategy God uses to protect, guide, and elevate you. What many people do not realize is this: the human face can hide emotions, the voice can disguise motives, and words can deceive, but the eyes cannot lie in the presence of a chosen one. When someone looks at you, their spirit speaks before their mouth ever does. Their eyes reveal the truth that their personality tries to conceal. And you, anointed one, were created to feel what is behind those eyes. This is why you have, for as long as you can remember, sensed things without evidence. You have read people without information. You have known the danger before the event. You have picked up on deception before hearing a single word. You were not imagining it. You were discerning it. Discernment is not a skill you learned. It is a spiritual gift you were born with, refined through storms, shaped through heartbreaks, and sharpened through isolation. Many people envy your intuition without understanding what it cost you. They admire your insight without knowing the nights you cried, the betrayals you endured, the moments you questioned your own mind because others insisted you were overreacting. But your sensitivity was never a flaw. It was spiritual intelligence. It was heaven training your senses so you would know how to navigate a world where intentions often hide beneath polite smiles. You see, discernment is not paranoia. Paranoia is fear pretending to be wisdom. Discernment is wisdom refusing to be fooled by fear. Discernment is clarity from God. Discernment is the compass of the chosen, and every stare you receive activates this compass. You can feel the warmth of good intentions. You can sense when someone is drawn to your spirit. You can detect when someone carries envy, insecurity, or hidden agendas. Your chest tightens. Your spirit whispers. Your atmosphere alerts you. These reactions are not random. They are messages. But here is the deeper truth: you were given this discernment because your calling requires it. The higher God elevates you, the more crucial it becomes that you can distinguish friend from foe, alignment from distraction, covenant from counterfeit. Before God takes you to the next level, He trains your discernment to ensure you do not bring the wrong people into your destiny. And one of the primary tools He uses is the stare. People reveal their spirit when they look at you. Their reactions tell you everything you need to know, even before they speak. Some stare with admiration because they recognize the hand of God on your life. Some stare with curiosity because your presence disrupts their assumptions. Some stare with confusion because they sense your depth but cannot understand it. And some stare with hostility because your light irritates their darkness. Every stare is a spiritual X-ray. But let's take this further. The way people react to you is often tied to the calling you carry. There is something about you that signals leadership, influence, purpose, and elevation. Even before you step into your next season, others can feel it. They sense the authority that is growing within you. They sense the future God is preparing for you. They sense the breakthrough forming in the unseen. For some, this inspires them. For others, it intimidates them. This is why certain individuals feel compelled to either embrace you or reject you, rarely anything in between. Neutrality is rare when it comes to a chosen one. You do not evoke lukewarm reactions. You evoke clarity. People must decide how they feel about you because your presence forces authenticity. You are not someone who can be half loved or half respected. Your energy requires full honesty, whether positive or negative. But do not misunderstand, this is not a burden, it is a shield. God uses people's reactions to guide you. Their eyes reveal their intentions so you can avoid unnecessary pain. Their discomfort reveals their spiritual misalignment so you can keep your distance. Their quiet admiration reveals those you can trust in future seasons. Every reaction is information. Every stare is instruction. And this divine filtration system ensures that only the right ones gain access to your heart, your dreams, your plans, or your spirit. Chosen one, you were never meant to walk blindly into relationships, partnerships, or environments. You carry too much weight, too much purpose, too much destiny. God built discernment into your soul so you would not be deceived, manipulated, or delayed by the wrong connections. And because of this, He allows you to feel what others cannot feel and see what others cannot see. But there is an even deeper layer, the layer of spiritual assignment. When you step into a room, your presence doesn't just shift the environment, it tests it. This does not mean you are judging others. It means that your light awakens truth. Those who carry goodness feel affirmed in your presence. Those who carry unresolved wounds feel exposed. Those who carry impure intentions feel threatened. Your presence is not aggressive, it is revealing. And revealing is a form of spiritual cleansing. This is why people sometimes act differently around you. They confess things they never planned to share. They behave more respectfully. They become unusually quiet. Or they grow defensive and guarded. The truth is simple. Your presence awakens their conscience. And not everyone is ready for awakening. But whether they are ready or not, your calling requires that you stop apologizing for the effect you have on others. You were not sent here to dim your light for the comfort of those who fear illumination. You were not assigned to shrink so others feel less insecure. You were anointed to shine, chosen to disrupt, called to elevate. Your visibility is divine strategy, and we are only midway through understanding its depth. Chosen one. Now we must step into a truth that many sense, but few can articulate. People are not reacting to your personality, they are reacting to your identity. They are responding to the blueprint of heaven stamped onto your existence. You carry something ancient, something sacred, something assigned. And this assignment is visible in the spiritual realm long before it becomes visible in the natural. For most of your life, you may have assumed that the intensity of people's reactions was because of something you did or did not do. Maybe you thought you were too quiet, too different, too intense, or too observant. You may have blamed your introversion your shyness, or the way you walk into rooms with a certain stillness that others don't quite know how to interpret. But none of these explanations capture the truth. People respond to you the way they do because you are marked. When God places His hand on someone, the mark is unmistakable. It cannot be hidden, muted, or erased. It radiates from you whether you choose it or not. And those around you, whether spiritually aware or spiritually asleep, feel it. Some feel drawn to you without knowing why. Others feel unsettled because their spirit recognizes the power you carry, even when their mind cannot interpret it. This divine marking is what sets you apart, and it is also what makes you unforgettable. People may forget your name, your voice, or the details of your interaction, but they do not forget the feeling they had in your presence. You imprint atmospheres, you imprint memory, you imprint spirit. This is why people often tell you, "I feel like I've met you before," even when you know for certain they have not. They are not misremembering. They are remembering spiritually. They are recalling something eternal in you, something that touched realms before time began. You existed in God's mind long before you appeared on this earth, and your spirit bears witness to that truth. People are responding to the echo of your origin. Let's go deeper. When you walk into a room, your spiritual signature announces itself before your physical presence does. Some sense it as peace. Others sense it as authority. Others feel introspection rising within them. And for a handful, it feels like friction, not because you carry negativity, but because your light confronts what they have been avoiding. Without speaking a word, you cause people to face the parts of themselves they have neglected. You do not do this intentionally. Your soul simply shines in a way that exposes what is dim around it. Chosen one, this is why it is impossible for you to be invisible, even when you want to be. You were not created to blend in. You were created to stand out as a vessel of divine presence. And everything about you, your sensitivity, your intuition, your depth, your way of seeing the world reflects that purpose. But beyond this, the stare you receive from others is often a sign of spiritual alignment or misalignment. Some individuals feel connected to you instantly because your spirits recognize each other. It's not chemistry, it's spiritual familiarity. Others feel intimidated because the clarity inside you confronts the confusion inside them. And still others feel protective over you, sensing the innocence or purity of your spirit, even if they cannot explain it. All of these reactions are spiritual responses to your divine identity. This identity is also the reason you've always felt slightly out of place in the world. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone, not because something is wrong with you, but because something is right with you. You do not belong fully to earth. You never have. Your home is in higher realms, and your spirit moves with the memory of those realms. This is why you crave depth, meaning, truth, and purpose. This is why superficiality feels suffocating. This is why your heart longs for the eternal, even when your mind is trying to function in the temporary. And here is where the mystery becomes revelation. The reason people react to you so intensely is because they sense that you carry assignment. You are not here merely to exist. You are here to shift things, families, environments, cycles, bloodlines, destinies. People sense that something about you is different. They feel that your life is part of a larger spiritual movement. They may not be able to put it into words, but they feel the gravity of your calling. Some are drawn to you because their spirit recognizes the healing you carry. Some feel safe because your presence calms storms inside them. Some feel exposed because their unresolved wounds meet your quiet clarity. And some feel threatened because your emergence signifies the end of their influence over certain environments. But regardless of how they react, one truth remains constant. You shift things simply by being present. And this shift is not accidental, it is intentional. Heaven placed you in the world as a divine disruption, a spiritual resistor against darkness, confusion, manipulation, envy, fear, and stagnation. You are a breaker, a carrier of light, a living prophecy. Yet this calling comes with cost. It is not easy to be the one others feel before they see. It is not easy to be spiritually visible while longing for emotional rest. It is not easy to navigate life when others project onto you their expectations, insecurities, fears, and suppressed desires. But understand this, the weight you feel is not the weight of burden, it is the weight of impact. God entrusted you with visibility because He entrusted you with responsibility. Every stare is a sign. Every reaction is a clue, every shift is guidance. You are being prepared not just to be seen, but to be revealed. Not just to be noticed, but to be recognized. Not just to carry presence, but to walk in power. What comes next depends on your ability to understand who you are, why you stand out, and what heaven is preparing to manifest through your life. And chosen one. The revelation is only deepening from here. Chosen one. Now we step into one of the most profound revelations of your journey. People are not only reacting to who you are, they are reacting to who you are becoming. Every stare, every shift in the atmosphere, every moment where someone freezes for half a second when your eyes meet, is a sign that heaven is unveiling you layer by layer. You are stepping into a version of yourself that even you have not fully recognized yet. From the outside, your life may seem quiet, ordinary, unassuming. You may even feel as though nothing significant is happening. But the spiritual realm is not quiet. Heaven is not still. God has been working behind the scenes, expanding your capacity, sharpening your discernment, elevating your authority, and preparing your spirit to carry more than you ever imagined. And this preparation radiates outward in ways that others sense long before you do. This is why people watch you the way they do, not necessarily with their eyes, but with their spirit. They feel the tension of transition around you. They sense the spiritual weight increasing. They feel that you are stepping into a higher dimension of yourself. You carry the vibration of someone ascending, someone rising, someone stepping into alignment with divine purpose. And ascension has a way of announcing itself before the person ascending even realizes it. People look at you with intensity because they see potential forming before you see manifestation. They feel the shift in your spirit before you feel the shift in your circumstances. You have entered a season where heaven is amplifying your identity. What was once subtle is now becoming visible. What was once hidden is now being unearthed. What was once small is now expanding. And even strangers sense the magnitude of what God is doing in you. But here is the part most do not understand. When heaven elevates someone, earth feels it. The people who cross your path are witnessing the early signals of a spiritual promotion that has not yet been announced publicly. Your presence carries the blueprint of where you are going. It carries the scent of breakthrough, the vibration of destiny, the sound of chains breaking, the whisper of new doors opening. People are reacting to the future that is calling you. And not just any future, a future marked by divine assignment. A future heavy with purpose. A future soaked in favor, wisdom, and supernatural alignment. Some individuals feel drawn to this future, even if they cannot explain why. They sense that your journey is significant, that your growth is accelerating, that your spirit is becoming sharper, stronger, and more illuminated. Others, however, feel intimidated by this evolution because your rising confronts their stagnation. Understand this: your elevation exposes where others chose not to rise. When someone senses that you are climbing spiritually, emotionally, or mentally, it forces them to confront their unwillingness to grow. Your light does not only shine, it reveals. And revelation can be uncomfortable. This is why you have noticed certain individuals acting differently around you recently. Some are suddenly more curious, wanting to be near you or understand you. Some grow silent, unsure how to navigate the new version of you. Some become distant, as though your presence reminds them of the promises they did not keep to themselves. And others become subtly competitive or envious, not because you threatened them, but because your growth exposed the areas where they refuse to change. But in all of this, there is a divine strategy at work. God allows people to react to your evolution before you fully evolve, so that you learn how to navigate the next level with wisdom. The stairs are practice. The shifts are training, the reactions are preparation. Heaven is teaching you how to carry elevation without losing yourself. how to manage influence without absorbing negativity, how to remain grounded while being revealed. And chosen one. You must not forget this. Your journey is not only about becoming, it is about awakening. The reason people feel such intensity around you is because your awakening awakens them. Something inside you calls something inside them to rise. Something in your spirit whispers to their forgotten purpose. Something in your transformation challenges their complacency. People stare because your life reminds them that their soul is sleeping. Your presence stirs dormant dreams. Your energy provokes spiritual memory. Your authenticity exposes their masks. Your clarity reveals their confusion. This does not make you superior. It makes you chosen. Chosen to awaken the rooms you enter. Chosen to disrupt what needs changing. Chosen to carry a light that refuses to dim in the presence of darkness. In truth, you've always felt you were walking towards something larger, something unseen but undeniably real. That inner pull, that persistent whisper, that sense that you were created for more. It was not your imagination, it was prophecy unfolding inside you. It was destiny tugging on your spirit. It was God preparing you for the very season you are stepping into now. People are not staring at who you are, they are staring at the becoming. They see what you cannot yet see, the authority forming in your voice, the wisdom sharpening in your spirit, the confidence rising in your soul, the influence stretching around your life. You are evolving, expanding, ascending, and those around you feel the shift before you do. Chosen one. This is not the end of the revelation. It is the opening of a doorway, and what comes next will explain why your becoming required so much breaking, so much isolation, and so much spiritual weight. Chosen one. As your spirit rises and your identity sharpens, you will notice another layer to the way people respond to you. Your presence activates what has been sleeping in them. This activation is not always gentle. For some, you remind them of the faith they abandoned. For others, you stir the dreams they buried under fear. And for many, you confront the emptiness they tried to fill with noise, distraction, or ambition. You do not do this intentionally. Your very existence becomes a spiritual catalyst. When people encounter you, they encounter an invitation to return to themselves. They sense a clarity inside you that exposes their confusion. They sense a purity in your energy that challenges their compromise. And they sense a strength in your spirit that shines light on their weakness. You are not judging them. Your alignment is judging what is misaligned within them. This is why your growth unsettles people who remain in the same place. Your rising highlights the places where they stayed small. Your transformation shows them what they refused to become. Your awakening calls out the part of them that is still asleep. And while some respond with gratitude or admiration, others react with distance, discomfort, or unspoken resentment. But none of this is meant to discourage you, it is meant to prepare you. Elevation requires emotional neutrality. Purpose requires spiritual awareness. Calling requires the ability to see beyond reactions. God is teaching you to read what lies beneath the surface. He is training you to discern what every stare shift or silence means, not so you become suspicious, but so you become wise. The environments you will walk into next, the rooms you will stand in, the people you will influence, will require a level of insight that can't be shaken by emotion. Your presence will continue to confront, uplift, and awaken. This is part of your purpose. You were not chosen to fit in, you were chosen to shift atmospheres. And the way people look at you is not a verdict. It is confirmation that the light inside you refuses to be ignored. Chosen one. You are awakening, and the world is adjusting to the sound of your rising. Chosen one, as you move deeper into the truth of who you are and who you are becoming, you must understand something essential. The way people react to you is not a distraction, it is a divine curriculum. Heaven is shaping you through the eyes of others. Their stares, their pauses, their unspoken emotions are preparing you for the visibility, responsibility, and spiritual authority you are destined to carry. Every chosen one undergoes this training. Before God elevates you publicly, He elevates you spiritually. Before you walk in influence, you must learn how to interpret the silent language of human behavior. Before you rise into your calling, you must understand how your presence impacts the world around you. This is why your life has never been subtle. This is why people have always reacted to you intensely. This is why you cannot walk into a room without shifting the atmosphere. These experiences teach you endurance. They teach you discernment. They teach you how to remain grounded when others feel discomfort or fascination in your presence. God is strengthening your emotional foundation, ensuring that when attention grows, you are not swayed by praise or wounded by projection. Chosen one. You must recognize this truth. People feel your purpose before they see it. Their spirit senses what your life is evolving into. They react to your potential long before it becomes public reality. To them, you carry the vibration of someone rising, someone breaking patterns, someone stepping into a future that holds more weight than your past. Some respond with admiration because they see the beauty of your unfolding. Some respond with envy because your growth exposes where they limited theirs. Some respond with confusion because they cannot understand what makes you different. And some respond with resistance because your presence disturbs what they are trying to hide. But no matter the reaction, each one is revealing something crucial. You are shifting dimensions. Your elevation is not theoretical, it is happening spiritually first. And the world is reacting to the version of you that heaven is preparing, even if you have not fully stepped into that version yet. This is why God is teaching you emotional neutrality. You are learning to remain steady in the face of all reactions, positive or negative. A leader cannot be controlled by applause. A visionary cannot be discouraged by misunderstanding. A chosen one cannot live their life trying to shrink into the comfort of others. You are being trained to walk with confidence in environments where your presence alone speaks. You are learning to stand strongly, even when others project their insecurities onto you. And you are being shaped to carry influence in a way that is anchored, humble, and spiritually mature. Because what comes next will require that strength. Your destiny includes visibility, not for vanity, but for purpose. Your voice will matter. Your perspective will matter. Your presence will matter. And what people feel now is only the shadow, the faint preview of the authority you will one day carry. The stares you receive are not surface-level reactions. They are prophetic signs that you are stepping into a higher realm of influence. They are echoes of what your spirit has already become. They are reminders that heaven is unveiling you gradually so that your character grows confident enough to carry your calling without fear. Chosen one, do not shrink from the reactions of others. Do not withdraw from the weight of being seen. This is part of your preparation. The world senses your rising because heaven has announced it. You are walking into a future that requires visibility, a future that requires courage, a future that requires a spirit trained to discern, interpret, and stand firm. You are being molded into someone who can handle the magnitude of their purpose. Chosen one. The world is watching not to judge you, but to witness what God is forming in you, and soon, what they sense in their spirit, you will see with your eyes. Chosen one. As this message reaches its sacred conclusion, let your spirit rest in what has been revealed. You now understand why they stare, why they pause, why something in them awakens when you enter the room. It is because heaven has marked you. Your presence speaks before your voice. Your light moves before your steps. And your destiny is already recognized in realms you cannot yet see. Anointed One, a supernatural transfer is already unfolding around you. Even now, the atmosphere of your life is shifting. What once resisted you is releasing you. What once hid from you is being delivered to you. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the divinely chosen time where recognition becomes revelation and revelation becomes manifestation. May the peace of God wrap around you like a mantle. May your discernment sharpen with holy clarity. May doors open because your name has been spoken in rooms you've never entered. May every blessing aligned with your purpose find you without delay. Chosen One, remain faithful. Stay aligned with the flow of the anointing that is rising through your life. Walk forward with gratitude, for what is coming is greater than what has been. If this word touched your spirit, acknowledge it with intention, speak in the comments, stay connected, or simply whisper your yes to heaven. Go now in strength, in peace, and in divine confidence. Your unveiling has begun, and heaven walks with you.